What's going on? Welcome to Thumb Tacos. Today we're going to get your crappy webcam to look from this to looking like this with a cheap webcam or cheaper webcam. So stay tuned. As always, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Look, your video camera is not the most important part of your stream. It does play an important role on Facebook gaming in particular. See, Twitch streamers can get away with it a lot more without having a webcam. But on Facebook gaming, it's tend to be preferred to watch somebody stream with a webcam. Yes, there's exceptions to the rule, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a streamer with a webcam. And you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go and buy a DSLR or a really expensive camera or even upgrade a GoPro or even use your cell phone, which you can use your cell phone and it might give you way better results in this video. So look into the apps for that and you might be better off. But if you're looking at a basic webcam, I use a Next2Go. I'll put a link to the camera that I'm using in this video today in the description. If you like the way this looks, maybe you want to use it. With this webcam, I think I spent $79 on it, and that was at the time when the costs of cameras were way up. Like, we all know that we went through this. There was a time where the prices were just maxed out and we were all going broke just buying basic webcams. I think the C920 or whatever Logitech was like almost $200 briefly, which is insane because it's not that great. It's a good, reliable webcam, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth that much money when you can go and get a used GoPro that's going to look 10 times better than that anyway. Basically, okay, so the way around this is your lighting is key, and I'm not an expert at this. I'm not. I have a few basic concepts on what to do with this. So when I started out, I wanted to get better lighting. So I went out and purchased something for $5 to help with my lighting, and that was this. That's it. This is my lighting rig, or at least it was for 6 months of my streaming career. This is a clamp light that you can get at any basic hardware store, and then I put an LED daylight bulb inside of it. Now, you can dampen this by putting tissue paper over the top of it. Not tissue like snot stuff. I'm talking about the stuff you pack in your gift bags, like tissue or wax paper or whatever. It dampens the light and causes it to spread out more evenly, and it gets rid of the casted shadows. This right here, $5 light bulb, a couple bucks. LED. You want to use LED so it doesn't overheat and you burn your paper. Use it at your own risk, guys. A simple thing, and it comes with the clamps. So you can kind of set it and position it. Now, this is where there's a lot of debate on how to light yourself. And because I'm not an expert, this is how I basically have it set up right now. I have a ring light on my desk. Now, yes, I do have a ring light now, but this is what it looks like without the ring light. That's it. The ring light is off right now. Ring light back on. Not much difference. So the ring light was just a little added touch to it. So above me, I have one of those clamp lights right up here. And it has tissue paper on it, so it's casting a nice spread of light coming down on me, giving me the definition over here a little bit. Now behind me, you're going to see a slight glow right about where my hand is. That right there is another clamp light on a mic stand. The same thing as the clamp light that I just showed here with nothing on it. It's just a bright spot. And that hits the back side of my shoulder to give some separation from the background. Now here's the other tip to this video. The depth from where I'm sitting to the background right now is enough for a webcam to cause some natural blur in the camera. That gives you more definition away from the background and you stand out ahead of it. If you are very tight spaced, this is what I recommend you do. If you have a very small space between you and the wall behind you, you use a green screen behind you really close, light up the green screen from your position back, and then you're going to take a picture of whatever background you want and add a blur to the picture. You place that on the green screen behind you, and you will have that natural separation. I used to do this live all the time. So what you can do is you create that definition and that blur right there, especially if you can get a backlight behind you, have the green screen with the nice picture with it slightly blurred out. You're going to be able to trick the viewers into thinking you have a much better camera than just a basic webcam. Okay, so even with this lighting that I have right here, I know I have to make improvements. So from what I can tell from behind me, I should use some type of, first of all, I should clean up a little bit better. It's a little messy. But I should have some type of LEDs or something behind my guitars. I should have some type of lighting or a sign or something up in this area. Adding those types of things in the background for interest or lighting or any kind of cool stuff like that is a big help. I have LED panels down on the floor casting a red light because we're in October right now. Those LED lights, you could just get a red bulb and it'll probably do the same thing for you. But I just happen to have lighting gear from back in the band days and stuff, so I started using that. Obviously with guitars and stuff. I come from a musician's background. But I am not kidding you guys. These clamps, I tell everybody this. This is the simplest way to get your webcam to look a hell of a lot better. Adding, you turn the lights off and you get some lights on here. You need about at least 2 angles to start. Get a light on one side of your face, and something that washes out the cast of shadows that you're going to cause, because you don't want to have too much shadowing going on when you're moving around. All right, real briefly on OBS Studio. This is OBS Studio, guys. You're going to see this endless deep dive of the rings. That's because I'm doing a capture on the screen here. But real quick, I'm going to show you where to find this. So on your list down here on sources, you're going to find, this is my Nexigo cam. You click on it, then you click the cogwheel down here. It might be a little different on Streamlabs, but there's usually a cogwheel somewhere around it to go into the properties. You click on that. You're going to see right here, it's going to go into Configure Video. Click on Configure Video, and then you're going to get this right here. These are my settings. I don't think they're going to work for you necessarily, but this is how I have my camera set up right here. So you start messing with these areas. Your focus here, you might want to turn this off because if autofocus will have that in and out kind of look. So you not necessarily want that. And then you got your exposure here. If you go too far with it, some webcams cause this like jitter thing or it freezes it out. See that? That's not good. You don't want that going on. So -5 is where I can push that the most. But like I said, these basic settings, these are my basic settings. Your mileage may vary. And honestly, some of these options to mess with stuff will vary from webcam to webcam. So keep that in mind. You might not have all these. But if you can get the lighting right and you can start messing with these settings, you're going to be way better off and you're going to start looking a lot better. But keep in mind, like I said in the beginning of this video, I am colorblind. So if there's some weird coloration going on, it's my eyes. It's my downfall. But there we go. Let's get back to the video. If you took away my ring light and you looked at my expenses on my lighting setup that I'm using currently right now without the ring light, let's turn it back off. Without the ring light on, this current lighting setup that I'm using right at this moment, mine without the LED red lights, just the clamp lighting alone, would cost you 15 bucks. And you can adjust it however you want to do it. And this is with a cheaper, considered a cheaper Nexigo webcam. Now, before you go blowing your money on a really expensive camera, I want you to at least consider this route. If you are just starting off in Facebook gaming, you do not need to blow a bunch of money on a webcam. You are in a little tiny spot on the screen. And honestly, most people that watch streamers on Facebook gaming tend to watch from mobile. See, that's the biggest difference between Twitch and Facebook. Twitch has a lot of home users where they watch on their TVs or their computers. Facebook gaming has a ton of people that just watch from their phones. Because of that alone, you don't have to put so much emphasis on a great camera right off the beginning. Get your feet wet, get a basic camera, start toying with lighting, get better at it, and then when you got some momentum and you start getting an audience, then consider upgrading. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you click that like and subscribe to the channel. That way you can keep up with my weekly content on making us all better streamers. This is the video I haven't done yet. I'm not a big tech guy, so I don't do a lot of these hands-on tech videos. But if you guys do find this helpful, I do appreciate the likes and subscriptions. And if you guys ever want to talk more about this kind of stuff live, I do stream on Facebook Gaming. The link is down below. And occasionally I'm on Twitch, so I'll put that link in there too. I really wish you guys the best of luck. I hope this helps you out. It really saved my butt starting off because I didn't want to blow $150 on a light rig when I could get the same results for 10 bucks. And then the lights. So 15. We'll go with $15. That's my estimated cost of cheap lighting with a cheap webcam to make you look like a good, reasonable looking streamer. Reasonable is the word. Take care, guys.